Y'all may be seated. We're here this afternoon to remember the life of Greg Cloyd, the many good times we've all shared with him, and the love he freely gave to all of us. He loved being a son, a husband, a grandfather, and a brother and son-in-law. He cherished the time he spent with his son and his grandchildren and family. And we had some good times around the campfires with him and his family. And he really enjoyed that. He also loved his country and served her bravely for over 20 years. Greg was highly decorated for his service, receiving 3 Bronze Stars. He was admired by his fellow soldiers for his bravery and service and his commitment to his country. Greg approached every role in his life with unwavering dedication and compassion, always putting others before himself. His laughter and his kindness touched everyone he met. Whether sharing stories around the campfire or lending a helping hand, that was Greg. Greg's generosity and spirit will forever inspire those that knew him. If Greg could speak today, I think his message to his loved ones and friends would be, grieve for me if you must, then let go your grief and smile. It is a beautiful thing for you to have been a part of my life. I am not gone, just away. I ran across a poem that I thought was pretty fitting. Time for me to go now. I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows way up in the sky. In the morning sunrise, when all the world is new, just look for me and love me, as you know I love you. Time for me to go now. I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows high up in the sky. In the evening sunset, when all the world is through, just look for me and love me. I'll be close to you. Greg was a very close friend of mine, neighbor. He was the type of neighbor you love to have. Didn't get into your business, you didn't get into his, but he was always there, and he always had your back. And if you ever needed him for anything, he was there. He will truly be missed by all of us and his family. And I want to thank all of y'all for being here now to show the respect for a man who well deserves it. Janine, would you like to come up and say anything?
Thank you all so much for being here. My husband was a man of few words most of the time, and a lot of words some of the time. And a lot of you know what that means. He mainly was a man of action. He didn't tell you he loved you. He builds you a 20-foot greenhouse because you were thinking you might like one. And you just come home one day and it's, okay. Or if something irritates you and you stub your toe, I hate this chair. Then the chair is erased from your eyes for the rest of eternity. So you had to learn how to be very careful around Greg with what you said. He was a man of action. He was incredibly loyal. He had the character of no one else I've ever met. He was the strongest human being I think I've ever come across. And judge him or think whatever way you need to. But I know that now he is all I've ever wanted for him. He is now content. He will be terribly missed. I'll leave you with this. Because he was a man of few words, he would wake up in the morning and always have a weird word out of nowhere. Different every day. It was something, and always hysterical. And he would randomly walk through, and my youngest granddaughter was kind of always around, and it was about once a week she would say, just out of nowhere, you know, I see why you married him. Yeah. Me too. I'm going to miss him. Thank you all so much for coming. I think there's some of his friends would. All right. Is that you, Joey? Do you want to go next? This is Combat Joe Dolan, just so you know. I can't say the first part of that. There's more to it than that. We'll just go with Combat Joe Dolan.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joe. Greg was my team sergeant for many years, and even after, we stayed in touch when he moved to Hawaii. We stayed in touch when they traveled the country, and then stayed in touch after they landed here. I was just here 2 weeks ago visiting with him. From what I learned about Greg is that if he liked you, he'd give you the shirt off his back. And if he loved you, he did a lot more. And I saw that with Janine. And to lighten it, so that we can all remember him with a smile, if I could recant this story where Greg did a lot for me. And it was while I was at a different site than him. We were both deployed, and I came under attack. And I had to call up to headquarters where Greg was. And I got someone on the phone and someone on the radio, and I was having a really hard time with this person. They were not handling the situation very well. They were holding down the radio while I couldn't talk. I was having to repeat things to him. He was speaking quietly, and at some point, that voice on the radio changed. It was loud, it was clear, it was concise. I had eyes in the sky. All of a sudden, things were happening. I thought it was Greg, but I wasn't sure. And then at the end of the radio call, he confirmed it. He said, 09 Romeo out. Good job. And it was him. So he took care of you if he liked you. A lot. And I picked up on his work ethic because I really liked it. He always said, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just had to know the smartest people. You call them, and you get it done. You don't put it off till the next day. And that is my work ethic now because he taught me. That's how you work hard. I'm gonna miss him a lot. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for everything.
Is there anyone else like to come up and say a word? Well, if not, again, Janine thanks everyone from family to friends to neighbors and everyone for coming and it means a lot to her and the family, and also to Greg. So thank y'all. Rest in peace, my brother.